Hi guys, welcome to another reading. Today, we are going to focus in the Mercury Retrograde. So let's see how it goes. It's funny because since I've decided that I was going to do a specific reading about that, like it feels like I've been getting like delayed. Something happens, like always like something happens, so I cannot record this reading, but here I am to record this reading for you. We are doing a spread today of 7 questions. So we're going through a few themes that involves Mercury in retrograde. La, 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 la. Let's see. Okay, the first question is, what situation needs revisiting? This message is timeless, so whenever it finds you, it's for a reason. What situation needs revisiting? A deck of few words today, huh? For that, Elise. Okay. Main energy, we got Queen of Wands. Then at the top, we have Death. And at the bottom, we have Judgment. So for me here, it feels like what situation needs revisiting. For some of you, okay, I'm getting like this energy of how you act towards things. I feel for some of you, there's like this need of understand how you are actually like what are you actually putting your energy in. It is like something that you are really passionate about. It is something that it really like ignites your fire, ignites your soul, you know, because I do feel here like there's a lot. I'm feeling weird. I don't know why. But anyway, um, but there's this energy of like my nose is weird right now. So I'm feeling this energy of like, are you truly putting like your energy to something or someone who's is really like worth your energy? Are you acting in a more aligned with you? For some people here, I think like you are understanding what being magnetic actually means. Because of the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is usually like a really like magnetic energy. Like, it's an energy that attracts, doesn't change, doesn't chase. So, perhaps you are learning about that. Perhaps I feel like some people you've kind of already having like some insights about that, and for some people you're going to go through this transformation of like really understanding what being magnetic is. Especially because we have judgment, like we have death and judgment, like so it's almost like there's this need like of something changing, something dying to rebirth in a different way, but in a more authentic way, in a way that is more true to yourself. But there's definitely like something here related to how you act, okay? How are you acting towards stuff? Like, are you being, you know, um, are you truly like following something that it is aligned to you? What truth did you ignore before? What truth did you ignore before? Main energy, we have King of Wands and a Nine of Wands. I was just shaking. This is so weird. At the top, we have Ten of Coins, and at the bottom, the Fool. Interesting how many. Um, I'm trying to like find a good lighting here. Like how many major arcanas, right? We got already. So what truth did you ignore before? King of Wands and Nine of Wands. Again, a lot of fire energy. Um, Perhaps you have. You can check your chart to see which sign is your Mercury. So I think like for a lot of people here, your Mercury is definitely like in a fire placement. Okay, so and it's interesting for this one that we got the king. We got the Queen of Wands before, and now the king and Nine of Wands. So what truth did you ignore for? See, I don't know. It feels like I'm stalling. It's so weird. Mercury, it is about communication, guys. So communication technology, things are slower at the moment. Okay, with King of Wands and Nine of Wands, for what truth did you ignore before? I feel like you were ignoring that you have control of your actions, okay, and how you act towards other people and act towards yourself. So I feel like you were ignoring that you truly have control over you, over your thoughts, your actions. Of course, here we're focusing more on actions because we got ones, but especially like, and I'm getting like especially like about you having control about like what you truly want to do, like where like the desire of truly like coming to act from a place where you really want, where you really like is passionate about it. With Nine of Wands, it is this really like protective energy somehow. So I do feel like I almost feel here that you've been with this mindset, right? That you need to stick to that, and that's it. Like perhaps you've been really like resilient in that thought, that you don't have control of your actions. And I think that's the thing here, that you've been so focused that you actually don't have control over your actions, that is almost like it is like a limiting belief, right? Because the fact that you believe that is limiting you to do so much more. But I feel like you've been like resistant to about like this thought, like how you act, and about having like the control over your actions. And I almost feel here like this. So I'm getting a little bit of defensiveness. Like Nine of Wands doesn't have to be about defensiveness. It could be also like being like persistent into something, So but I do feel like you're being like persistent like in this thought of controlling, of not being able to control your actions. And I was picking up something else. But yeah. Anyway. And at the top we have Ten of Coins and the Four. So I feel here that I'm getting like this energy that perhaps you do not truly believe in something like that's happy, like a happy ending kind of thing, like emotional, emotional and abundant life, a fulfilled life. I'm almost like getting this energy that like it's really negative. It's really like You don't believe that you could can get that. So that's why like you kind of choose to not even like start something new. You choose to like um just keep doing what you already do because you don't think it's possible. You'll rather like to give your back to to abundance. You know, you're rather like to just keep doing what you're already doing. Do you? Where are you miscommunicating or not communicating? 10 of coins again, and temperance as main energy. And at the top, 6 of cups, and at the bottom, 3 of cups. Oh, sorry. 6 of cups at the top, and 3 of coins at the bottom. Okay, so where are you miscommunicating or not communicating? Again, the abundance thing. And with temperance, I have this feeling that is like you're not like really like in a balanced mindset, you know, that you can have the abundance. So it ends up like it's almost like, oh, okay, it is what it is kind of thought. You know, like that you're not truly like doing something to change that mindset, to change your reality kind of things. Like you're choosing to keep this mindset that you cannot have abundance. And with the 6 of cups at the top, I feel there is definitely like something from the past. I am picking up a little bit like for like people, some romantic connections for sure here. Again, it can be anything in your life. It is a collective reading, but I am picking up a little bit of romantic connections in specific of, you know, like not seeing that like a connection can actually be abundant, you know. And here with this 6 of cups, I feel that there's this energy of like like could be like a person or a situation from the past where you think is dead, that you think is done. That's what I heard. Like it, like you think is dead. You think there's like no way to revive it. Interesting words, like in this reading. So I feel like here, it's almost like you have this feeling that like something like it's in the past and it doesn't belong in the present or in the future. But with the 3 of coins, I'm picking up this energy of like you do not see that it's just a matter of trying to work things out, you know, like with this other person or people or situation. It's just a matter of truly like working things out. So it's almost like you're already like shutting it down, you know, cutting out, um, without like really like working on it, you know. But I don't feel like you're saying that to the person or to the situation, whatever it is. Like you're not like showing that side of you that you do not believe that there's this no potential to this. I feel like it is a little bit hidden. It is something that you believe it, you know, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like you are showing to people around you that you don't believe it. If that makes sense. Okay. Old belief pattern ready to be rewritten. Main energy, Five of Swords. Mm, okay. Top of the deck, Four of Coins. And bottom of the deck, Queen of Swords. Hmm. The way I put it here on my table, the Four of Coins kind of flipped, and I'll like again, so I couldn't see the card, but then I flipped over. Um, I feel like here there's something that you want to pretend that you're not holding back to like to something or someone, and you're just trying like to ignore or to just like avoid it, and it's not really possible to do that for too long. And with the Five of Swords energy, is like it's about that, like a not belief pattern ready to be rewritten. It is like this inner conflict that you are right now, about this personal situation. Like there's this inner conflict that it doesn't have to be, you know. You don't have to live with this inner conflict. And it's interesting that now we we switch it a little bit, right? Like we started with fire, and then we switch it a little bit now for air, right? Like the swords. So, we can also have um a bunch of placements in fire or air signs and or air signs. But anyway, but it is like this mindset about like it's because Five of Swords is about inner conflict. Okay, so are you going keep like fighting that? Are you like, and the Four of Coins is like, I'm here. I feel like you are holding on still to this person, this situation, but you want to ignore it, you want to avoid it, but that is causing this inner conflict that you stay in your mind about it. And the Queen of Swords, you're not being able to speak from a healthy place where you can actually say how you feel or what you think. So that's what you don't see. You don't see that you're not speaking from a true self. You're not speaking from a healthy self. So, but that keeps causing you inner conflict wherever you are. It doesn't matter if you try to hide it, if you try to avoid it, it's going to be there with you because you keep carrying it with you all the time. So that's definitely like a pattern that, it's ready to be rewritten. Like, do you want to keep carrying like this inner conflict and holding on, pretending that you're not holding on to someone or a situation just for what? To look cool? You know, so, and like not through like speaking your own voice, you know. So that's definitely like something that it is ready, guys. It's ready. It's time. It's time. What requires patience instead of force? I thought we had got like the same cards. I was like, what? I put them in a different spot in the deck, so. Okay, so main energy, we have Eight of Coins and Nine of Wands. Well, Nine of Wands, it's appearing here another time, right? Once again, at the top, we have Nine of Cups. And at the bottom, Ten of Swords. It's interesting, like we're getting high numbers here. Okay, so what requires patience instead of force? Eight of coins is I'm getting like this energy like of whatever you're doing to get things done, again, requires patience, And the nine of wands energy again, like whatever you want to change, whatever you're going through, it needs patience. Like it takes time. It's not going to be the fastest thing ever. Like we got pretty like slow, like it's not too slow, but like really steady energy, like that's it. Like so I feel here that right now, um it requires like your patience about like understanding that any type of work that you do, anything that you want and try to change in your life, it takes time. It's gonna take you like a lot of resilience. It's gonna take you a lot of, ups and downs. It's not going to be the easiest, but it's going to be worth the patience. The Nine of Cups here at the top, I feel like it's a lot about and I think it's interesting that it is like a journal on this deck because Nine of Cups, it is like about wish fulfillment, like things coming to life. So like it is possible for those things, perhaps like you have a journal, perhaps you write like you manifest, perhaps you like writing, or even drawing. I'm getting to some people, but like those things, they can come to life, so it's up to you to see that things really will not change like one day to the other. Okay. I'm also hearing here that for some people would be good to actually start journaling, so you can actually be able to get more clear, like a clear mind. Because when we start like writing, it helps our mind to clear. Like you're putting your thoughts somewhere else. So you're just not keeping inside your head. Like you're moving your thoughts so they don't get stuck in your head. And again, with the Ten of Swords, I feel like that's the thing that you don't see, that like you've been in a period of, like a lot of suffering, you know. Um, but it's almost like, so the Seven of Swords, the traditional card, it is like a person laid on their like belly, and there's like 10 swords, right, stab on him. And it's like that. It's like, those swords, they were not stabbed all 10 at once. It was step one, and then you stay there, and then someone else step two, the second one, but then you stay there, and then someone else starts the third and the fourth, and so it goes. So it goes on. So it's up to you to stay there and live like and keep getting stabbed. You're not dead right now. So it's up to you to stay in situations. And I'm also like hearing a lot of like doing things that it's hurting you, and it's hurting other people as well. Okay. Hmm. Message trying to come back to you. Main energy, the Emperor. Top of the deck, Seven of Swords. And bottom of the deck, Knight of Cups. So I think it's interesting that we're getting back a little bit for the beginning of the reading that we were talking about like control, having control of like of your actions because the emperor it is like it is someone who can control their thoughts, emotions, actions, and material stuff, you know. So it is someone who's really in control of their life. So I do feel here that this is basically like the main message that it is time for you to take control of your own life. With the Seven of Swords at the top, there's this energy of not seeing that things that you can self-sabotage things, that you can ruin your own stuff. Because perhaps you've been like um blaming other people, other things, situations, and blah blah blah. But to be quite honest, it doesn't like you need to control your life. I also feel here like that perhaps you've been waiting for something, and but like this waiting, it could be like already a self-sabotage. It doesn't feel like a good waiting, it feels like a waiting of like kind of voiding. Knight of Cups at the bottom. What you don't see is that you need to understand your emotions. Perhaps like you want to tell someone how you feel about it, how like you feel about them or something or a situation. And the thing is like perhaps you're afraid of doing that, but it is actually what you need right now to actually be able to express yourself in a more fulfilled way, in a fulfilled place. How to move forward once retrograde ends. Wow. We got a chariot, and it's interesting because is this is the seventh question. This is the seventh card, and we're talking about move forward, right? And the chariot, it is about forward movement. And then at the top, Two of Swords, and at the bottom, Two of Cups. Choo choo. So I feel like here, like when once like retrograde ends, it is time for you to actually start moving forward. To pick your path and start going, start driving, start walking. Walk the path that is right in front of you that you feel called to. Okay. With the Two of Swords here, I feel there's this energy that you're gonna have to make a choice. Okay. Um, so use this time in retrograde perhaps to actually get as many as information as you can. So when it ends, um, you're going to be able to like truly like be more clear about what choice you're picking. That you're not going to be a lot in your head. The inner conflict, you're already dealing with it. You're journaling, right? And so you won't feel stuck. Two of Cups. Interesting energy again. At the bottom. So what you don't see coming is that there is like this chance, this opportunity of things coming together. It could be with yourself or it could be with other people or situation as well. But there's this energy of like things coming together, things coming to a balance, things is like energetically speaking, things that will be so balanced that they will like just attract each other. Like that's what I'm feeling. Like they will just attract each other, you know. So, but I do feel like you need to align yourself for that to happen. Well, guys, to close the reading today, I'm going to get you a message. Guys, Mercury retrograde is not the easiest, right? But hold on, hold on. You're fine. You're good. You're going to get through this. Okay, let's see what's the message for you today. Hmm. Rider. Interesting. Number 12. Movement. Quick decisions. Progress. You are on the right path for your freedom. You only need to persevere and put in the work. Focus on what you love doing. Guys, I love when there's like the card matches like the energy that we were talking about. Focus on what you love doing. Don't let anything steer you away. Your fears are valid and relevant, but they do not hold power over you. What do you fear? Do not let it stop you. What gives you anxiety? Recognize it. Attack it. Do it. You are learning how to strategize. You are beginning to understand where action and energy need to go to be self sustaining. This energy is fast paced. The chariot, one of the fastest cards in the deck, and can be slowed. Leaving Mercury retrograde, like right now, is the slowest as it can be. Your spirit guide is saying that you need to practice meditating more often or clear distractions to create a stillness and space to hear them. You may be blocked by electronic device or distractions and too much opposing energy that is getting in the way. You need to free yourself of toxins and poor particle waves interfering with spiritual messages. Let go of worry. You are strong and powerful. Affirmation. My consciousness expands daily. I am only limited by the limits I put on myself. Guys, super cool message. I love it. I love when the oracle matches the energy that we were talking about because it is a confirmation, right? For you, for me, for all of us. Anyway, guys, when you're watching, if Mercury is still retrograde, hold on to it. Okay, things will get better, things will get fast. Like that's what I heard. Now is the slowest as it can be, but as soon as like it comes, the retrograde ends, things is going to take pace. Okay. Well, I hope you're having an awesome day, and I see you in the next one. Bye bye.